Hello there traders, welcome to another update on the markets. For today I decided to cover USD versus Japanese yen. I will speak about the gold market, crude oil and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will start with the USD versus Japanese yen first. So basically, as I alerted you in my previous analysis, I expected this very tight and defined downside channel to basically complete this downside cycle. And from my perspective, we finally completed this. There was one potential, I suggested yesterday, either we go from here or we take the low first and go and then regain this level. So basically the second scenario is in the play. Since we took that low at 114.80, we went about 30 pips lower and we finally found a contraction and building the higher lows, and seems like this is the good sign for the further high prices. So I do expect price to rotate up to at least towards 115.30. If there is still even more power, than price to go over 115.80 or 75. So definitely watch for buying opportunities using the intraday time frame, buying opportunities on the deeps for this USD Japanese yen to go higher. There is additional this trend line here, which market respected multiple times here, and here, and we got a sell-off and recover back. So we basically got reclaimed this upside trend line again, upside. So very good signs for the further upside. Speaking of the gold market did rally. We know that gold is in a strong short-term upside cycle and a strong upside trend. But there is one thing here. Market today, during the whole Asia session, did contraction, and the breakdown happened basically a few hours ago. At the beginning of the Europe session, there was a sell-off of this contraction. Seems like really market wants to go lower towards 1887. There's a cluster of the lows there, and eventually to break that through and maybe even to visit 1879. I said any further bigger upside cycle continuation, I cannot see before any kind of the shakeout first. Something similar, as I said, we got here, and something similar we had in the past here as well. So you see that shakeouts are very common, where the buyers are loading, the bigger players are loading their positions. So we didn't have any shakeout like that yet here. So you might see some shakeout again before further upside cycle. So definitely be at least very careful on the upside cycle at this stage on upside opportunities for today. And because I can see intraday the market can take the cluster of the lows and even re-attack the previous swing high at 1879. Speaking of the crude oil, we said that this was in a channeling mode, and options were basically the market go lower, take this one scenario, other scenario was upside break and eventual retest of 94.97. We actually did that second scenario, it played out nicely. But if you check, price is still remaining in this area and having the trouble to go any further. So basically market is in the consolidation more here. There is also very well defined upcycle here, and market is trying to break that. If we can break that, then maybe we can even see a much more complex downside correction. We might be maybe much more complex structure before any further movement. So still in the sideways. If we can clear 95.80, we can open the door for even 100 to be in the level 100 to be on the test. If we can clear that and eventually establish continuational pattern. From other side, if we clear this area here and build a recontinuational downside pattern like a flag or so, then we can see maybe even retest of the low. And so watch for either this upside or this downside scenario here. And the Bitcoin is basically doing exactly what we are, what I suggested in previous days. Downside break started here at 44,000, another recontinuation at 34, let's say 40,000. There was a rally and consolidation, then continuation here. We actually reached this 36,350. We got some reaction from buyers. It's still strong downside cycle, so still watch for the rallies and continuational patterns, and maybe we can attack 35,500 or even this key low at 32,900. That'll be all for this update. I hope that you did enjoy, and trade safe and have a nice day. See you all tomorrow morning.